the crew chief of this umpiring crew tonight. There's Ozzie Guillen, who spent some time in a Rays uniform. Ozzie's club comes in running third in the American League Central. White Sox are 6 games back. Here's the lineup he's put together for Chicago tonight. Juan Pierre leads off in left, followed by AT Brzezinski. He likes to hit here at the Trop, hitting .216 overall this year. Alex Rios has been hot. He's in center with Paul Canorco, the cleanup man. Mark Kotze, the DH, and Andrew Jones in 6th. He'll be in right field. Mark Teahan at third with Alexi Ramirez in short. Gordon Beckham is the second baseman batting ninth.
This White Sox lineup will face right-hander Jeff Neiman. In 9 starts, he's got a 4-0 record with an outstanding 2.54 earned run average in 56 2/3 innings. A .220 opponent's batting average against. And Jeff is coming off 4 very, very good starts and a much-needed one tonight to put some zeros up there early. The defense tonight for the Rays out in the outfield. Carl Crawford in left. Sean Rodriguez back out there in center field and Ben Zobrist in right. Around the infield, left to right, Evan Longoria, Jason Bartlett, Reed Brignac, and Carlos Pena. John Jason behind the plate. And this defense is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
Well, the Rays took 2 out of 3 from the White Sox in Chicago in April. And here is Juan Pierre stepping in to start tonight's game. The first pitch comes in a little bit high. A ball and no strikes. Pierre's hitting .259, and Longoria is in on the edge of the turf at third. The chopper down to first. Grabbed by Pena. Carlos makes the play unassisted. 1 away as the Rays keep the leadoff hitter off the bases.
Yeah, that's key because Pierre has 18 stolen bases. Came over from the Dodgers in a trade for a young pitcher named John Eli, who's doing very well up in Los Angeles right now. But Juan's been swinging the bat better lately. That's a big first out.
Brings up AJ Brzezinski. And he takes a strike. Brzezinski not only likes to hit here at Tropicana Field, but he's 5 of 8 lifetime against the Rays right-hander Jeff Neiman.
Yeah, I was surprised seeing his numbers coming in. I knew he struggled in April, but he's continued. He's at .216, as you mentioned. He's a pretty good hitter normally.
It's fouled away, and it's a ball, 2 strikes. So Jeff making his 10th start of the year. 1-2 against the White Sox in his brief major league career. Fly ball not too deep to center, and Sean Rodriguez is right there. 2 up and 2 down.
Curveball by Jeff Neiman right there to get AJ.
Now he'll face Alex Rios. And here's a guy who has certainly revived his career in Chicago.
Sure has.
He had 199 last year.
Yeah.
309 with some pop again.
And 9 home runs, that's right.
Pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Pre-game show, Todd and Brian were talking about his hands are lower. Hitting coach the Sox is Greg Walker.
2-0.
A little bit less moving parts. Hands are lower. When he loads on the back leg, the hands are already in the zone. You see him right there in front of his number, maybe even a little bit lower.
Bounces it foul. 2-1. Rays held him to 1 hit in the Chicago series. He started 2 of those 3 games. This one is popped up right side. Brignac under it. From second he makes the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the first coming. Chicago nothing. The Rays coming in to hit. presented in beautiful HD by H.H. Gregg. Let's take a look at the Rays lineup tonight. We move into the bottom of the first. Jason Bartlett's going to lead off, followed by Carl Crawford, and then Ben Zobrist, Evan Longoria, John Jasel, and Hank Blaylock down the middle. Blaylock the DH. Carlos Pena, Sean Rodriguez, and then Reed Brignac. They face the right-hander, Gavin Floyd. Makes his home up in Palm Harbor here. And the pitch, Bartlett takes it. It's a fastball and a strike on the outside corner.
9 starts for Gavin. He's had a tough time so far. First couple of months of the season, 6.31 earned run average.
Pitch in on Bartlett. He fouls it away. Another fastball. Yeah, he really struggled in 3 starts prior to his last one. Pitched pretty well against the Marlins. Roughed up twice by Kansas City and once by Toronto. And a ground ball to third. Tien with a diving stop. Throw to first in the dirt and scooped by Konerko. That was slow in developing. And it was a close play at first, but Bartlett called out down there by Chad Fairchild.
Well, it's interesting, the contrast. We just saw Adrian Beltre at third base for the Red Sox for 3 games, just playing an outstanding third base. This was slow developing. Got him by about a half step stride. He's in the air as Konerko picks that ball. You can see it right there, just barely.
There's Carl Crawford. Down and in, a ball and no strikes. That last outing for Floyd against the Marlins turned out to be a win for him. He pitched 1 out into the 7th inning of that one. There's a drive off the bat of Crawford. High and deep and gone. Crawford nails this one, his 4th home run of the year. And the Rays are out in front 1-0. Boy, that's what the Rays needed. They needed to grab a lead. They didn't lead at all in the Boston series. Now they're out in front on a long one from Crawford.
Yeah, you knew that as soon as contact was made. What a sound right off the bat. Fastball right in his wheelhouse, and that's actually where they were trying to go. They were trying to get in on it. Beautiful swing. Hit off the plexiglass right there. And the Rays tank right there almost made the water.
Protected the Rays, that plexiglass.
Well, a Ray got Sean Rodriguez the other day at the beach.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Oh.
Carl almost got a couple of Rays with that one.
Sure did.
1 strike to count to Ben Zobrist. And takes a soft strike away on a curveball. 0-2. And as we highlighted in the open, has had a good month of May. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gavin Floyd's money pitch is that overhand curveball. That's the one he threw to Bartlett for the tapper to third base.
And that's ball 2. Carl Crawford, who hit that home run, now has 2 hits off Floyd in his career. He's 2 for 6 against Floyd, and both of those have been home runs. The high chopper going to be charged by Ramirez. Tough play. Not in time. There's an infield hit for Zobrist.
Well, just put it in play, make something happen, and Ben Zobrist beats it out. Here's the rest of the defense for the White Sox. Juan Pierre in left, Alex Rios in center, and Andrew Jones in right. Mark Tien, you saw at third base moments ago. Alexi Ramirez on the last play. At shortstop, Gordon Beckham at second, and Paul Konerko at first base. A.J. Brzezinski behind the plate. And once again, this defensive alignment review is brought to you by Sweet Bay. Live fresh for less.
So Zobrist is aboard here in the first for Evan Longoria. Evan hitting .311 for the year. 4th in the league in runs batted in. Pitch is outside. Ball, no strikes. Floyd, 27 years old. And he misses down and away. Break on that one, and the count is 2-0. And throughout his big league career, he has not been a fast starter out of the gate. Over to first. Zobrist back in. If you look at his numbers for his career in the first 2 months of the season, his ERA in May is over 5.5, eclipsed only by his ERA in April, which is over 6.
I got to believe some of that is some of those starts in Chicago early in the season when it's cold, because his curveball is out pitch. That's a real field pitch.
You can see right there it's reflected in his first half, second half split. There's ball 3 to Evan. 3-0.
There's a little slide step right there. Ozzie. There's always something going on with Ozzie. He doesn't hide his emotions, does he?
No.
When he's not happy.
And a strike on the outside corner. Yeah, not only does he wear his emotions on his sleeve, but it's all the way down his arm as well as his face. It's everywhere.
You got that right.
He had some emotion yesterday when he was ejected by Joe West in that walk situation. There's a drive off the bat of Longoria. This one is well hit. All the way to the wall is Jones, and he makes the catch. And Zobrist will have to go back to first. Boy, Evan gave it a ride back near the 370 marker.
Yeah, I like that he went the other way. He hit that ball about 1.5 feet from going out of the ballpark. Andrew Jones had a nice jump and tracked that ball right away and made that play look easy. Thought that kind of shot would be either going out or off the wall. Pitch was down and away, and that's the way to go with it. Andrew loves it.
He likes that the wall is cushioned.
You bet.
Here's John Jaso. And Zobrist is back in. This is the third regular season start for Gavin against the Rays. They've never beaten him. He's 2-0 with a .321 earned run average against the Rays, and he's held them to the team batting average under 200 in those 2 prior starts. That's wide. Rays did beat him in the 2008 Division Series game. They got him for 4 runs in 3 innings in Game 4 of that series. That's a strike. 1-1.
Well, pretty much fastball, curveball here to start off the ball game for Gavin Floyd.
And another move to first. He has a reputation, Floyd does, being a pitcher you can take advantage of on the bases and steal a base or 2. He's paying a lot of attention to Zobrist.
Yeah, and you try to do it when it's a curveball count.
Two and one.
There's a hitter's count right here. Good time actually, and a good fastball hitter to drop a curveball, but they may just try to stay away on Jaso with a fastball. Let's see.
And it's down and in. And a little bite to that one. 3 balls and a strike.
And not exactly a cutter, looked more like a slider there, just a little spin to it. Not a whole lot of depth on that pitch. Here's the fastball away.
3-1 is a strike. So the count is full. And with 2 outs, Zobrist will be off with the pitch now.
Well, you'll know how good he feels with his curveball if he throws it right here.
Three-two. And strike 3 call. That pitch breaking down and in and just caught the strike zone, says Bill Miller. That retires the side. The Rays come up with a run on a couple hits. With the season underway, still not too late to join the team with Rays season tickets. Ensure the best seats, biggest savings, and the best benefit of all, including postseason opportunities. Visit RaysBaseball.com or call 888-FAN-RAYS tonight. Jeff Neiman set to go back to work in the second, facing Paul Konerko. The pitch is a strike. When the Rays saw the White Sox in April, Konerko was just heating up. He was starting to swing the bat very well. Second in the league in home runs right now with 14. 1-1. Kamsay and Jones to follow. One and two. Neiman has had a great run here at home. In fact, he hasn't lost a game at Tropicana Field since the 2nd of May in 2009. He's gone 6-0 with a 2.63 ERA in that stretch, 14 starts. But he's got a lot of no decisions here lately. He didn't miss by much on that pitch. Boy, that was pretty good.
Like a little cutter right there. Outside corner. That's a nice looking pitch. Take a look one more time at Fox Tracks. Yeah, that's a good pitch.
That's a perfect pitch right there. 2-2. He got him anyway. Came back with a curveball and strikes him out. He struck out Konerko twice right there. Right now, we'll check in with Todd Counts.
Dwayne, Joe Madden doesn't often go down to the bullpen for a session, but the other day he was down there when Kelly Shopik was catching to see Shopik, but he happened to be watching Jeff Neiman's bullpen session, and he was raving about what he saw out of Neiman. Joe said, normally I don't like to say go ahead with 5 or 6 pitches for a pitcher. But he said Neiman has everything working to pinpoint accuracy. So I asked John Jaso about that today, and he said he usually doesn't call a differential between his 2-seam and 4-seam fastball. He just doesn't have enough fingers. But they also usually streamline the pitches down after 1 inning. So depending on what's working that night, he doesn't have 6 pitches up at his arsenal. But for the most part, guys, Madden loves his stuff. Back to you.
Yeah, and you look at his numbers, you can understand why a manager would love what Neiman has been doing. There's a strike. It's 2-1. To be 6'9", he repeats his delivery so well.
Well, that's what's tough. He threw a nice little cutter / slider, and then he missed, but barely, according to Bill Miller, home plate umpire. Then he's all right, I'll just drop my curveball on you now.
And the toughest part of trying to narrow down his pitches, which one you're going to shelve
exactly
for later in the game.
Exactly.
And he loses Kotsay. Fastball up and away. So the strikeout followed by the walk. Andrew Jones will be the hitter. Read the St. Petersburg Times, the official newspaper of the Rays, and you can win a suite for you, your friends, and your family to see the Rays take on the New York Yankees August 1st. Entry forms available in the Sunday St. Petersburg Times through July 4th. Andrew Jones. Pitch low and away. A slider to start him.
Yeah, 85 miles an hour. Now, Andrew has changed his stance. He's really worked hard. He's open now. He used to have a slightly closed stance, which he blocked his hips off when he did that before.
Fastball up.
But with that slightly open stance, now you watch when he strides with the front leg, he'll go right toward the pitcher. And he's able to clear his hips, so you got to be careful now on the inside fastball. He went in about a 2.5-year slump there between the Braves and a couple of years with the Dodgers. He came back in Texas, did a decent job last year, and he's even better this year.
There's ball 3 high. Yeah, he's 3 home runs away from 400.
He's trimmed down a little bit too. His agent is Scott Boras. He went out to California and worked at his facility to work on his swing, get that back. Rudy Jaramillo, who's now with the Cubs, helped him in Texas really dramatically revamp his mechanics.
And ball 4 is up, and so after the walk to Kotsay, Neiman walks Jones on 4 straight pitches. This is a little reminiscent of the outing he had in Seattle.
It sure is.
Right there, that one little stretch where he just couldn't put it all together.
He has such a good rhythm with the first 4 hitters, just pounding the zone with everything, and then all of a sudden you lose Kotsay, and not even close on Andrew Jones. And Jim Hickey, John Jaso, talking to Jeff, trying to get it together.
Yeah, and that start in Seattle, which was earlier this month, you got the first couple guys and then went 3-2 to Jose Lopez, gave up a base hit, and then just could not find his control at all to the next 2 hitters and wound up in a bases loaded 2-out situation and came back to get the last hitter of the inning on a called 3rd strike.
I think he threw 11 balls in a row that night.
There's Martin. There's a strike, a fastball. And the interesting thing, you look at a guy like that and you think, well, maybe his stride's too long and he's up. And Neiman said afterwards, he said he didn't
know what he did
differently at all.
Yeah.
He just kept trying to throw strikes. And he's come back with 2 strikes here on Martin. 0-2.
Well, he's 6'9", and if you get too far out there with your stride, you kind of recoil. Look at that 91 with some tailing action to it. That's why John Jaso's, when Todd just reported, there's not much differential between a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer. But there's difference in movement, of course.
Pitch is fouled back a little bit more on that fastball.
And I like his 2-seamer because he gets good tailing action away from the lefties. He gets some depth to it usually. And gets a lot of ground balls with that.
I was going to say, that could be a good double play ball.
Right here, yeah. Ian can go the other way, though. You got to keep him honest, too. Some good gap power to left center.
Hitting .242 for the year with a couple home runs. 2 for 4 in his career against Jeff Neiman. The 0-2. And it's low. Breaking ball down.
That's a good pitch, though. That's a good effort. That's where you want to miss if you're going to miss.
Rays with the run in the first. The White Sox 2 men on, 1 out in the second. And the 1-2. Strike 3 call. He came back to get him looking right there. And a nice job by Neiman as he recovers after walking Kotsay and Jones back to back.
Well, that was an off-speed pitch right here. Let's take a look. See that kind of split grip he's got? That's an 84-mile-an-hour split, but the arm speed was good, and even though it was up a little bit, it paralyzed Martin. First one that Jeff has thrown. I don't know where Jason found the 6th finger, but he's able to call it.
Is Alexi Ramirez. Now the runner takes off, and a throw to Longoria trying to get back into second. Kotsay is cut down on the toss to Brignac. So Kotsay caught off second base, technically a caught stealing. 1-5-4. That retires the side. Rays lead. Season long, Tires Plus will be donating $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Carl Crawford has chipped in with a home run here tonight to open the scoring in the first. And here's Hank Blaylock, the DH, to open the second. First pitch is a strike. Well, the White Sox have Ramirez, the shortstop, up the middle, and Tian well off the bag at third. Breaking ball, and Blaylock takes a strike. So they're playing Blaylock strictly to pull on the infield and not so much in the outfield. In fact, they're shaded a couple steps the other way in the outfield. 1 and 2. See Rios in center and Jones in right. About 3 or 4 steps to their right.
Well, that would tell you that on the breaking stuff, they expect Hank to pull it on the ground, and in the outfield, when he goes hard, he's going to go hard away. They expect him to get it in the air to left center.
This one is lifted high, foul down the right side, and it is caught by Beckham, and that was no easy task to track that one, I'm telling you. That was a towering pop foul.
Yeah, Beckham looking up into the lights, into the roof. Had to find where he was, retract the ball, and when he did, that's what when he took his eyesight off of this right here, that's where he almost lost it. But he wanted to find how close he was getting to the stands and the mounds down there, the bullpen. Nice job hanging in there.
The big league pop foul.
Yes, it was.
One out. It's Carlos Pena. Takes the slow breaking ball for a strike.
It's one of the few clubs we've seen, and maybe the only club I've seen that doesn't have the big shift on Carlos. With a very similar alignment in the infield that you just saw to Hank Blaylock. Around the infield there, left to right.
There's a strike, and the big difference is that they have Rios and Jones in the outfield playing of the pull, and Pierre about straightaway and left. So they really open left center with Pena up here. Carlos down, 0-2. Away, the ball, 2 strikes. White Sox have won 4 out of their last 6. This is a 7-game road trip for the Chicago team. Coming in 20-26. Third in the AL Central, 6 games out. High fly ball back into center field. Rios is there and makes the catch. Pena's the second out. 2 up and 2 down. Minnesota up by a game over Detroit in the Central, and then come the White Sox. Kansas City and Cleveland rounding out the Central Division. Ozzie looking for an improved offense this year. Last year, they were 3rd lowest in the American League with just under 4.5 runs a game, and they're scoring fewer than that right now. They're under 4.2 runs a game so far this year. Sean Rodriguez takes a strike. And another one, a fastball.
So you and I were talking a little bit last night, and I think some of the Rays are hitters, including Sean, are in take mode first to see some pitches.
Yeah, it was interesting. We'll talk more about that later as Rodriguez is out on strikes, a breaking ball. We're through 2, 1-0 Rays.
The Rays of a 3-game series. How do you feel about the Rays' playoff chances as Alexi Ramirez digs in and takes a called strike? Do you want TB1, which says, hey, I'm not worried. The Rays are still going to make the playoffs. TB2, a little bit concerned about the Rays' playoff chances. TB3, hey, it's not even Memorial Day. It's too early. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. That is brought to you by Autoway. If you need a car, truck, or van, who you going to call? Call Autoway, 1-800-SHOP-AUTOWAY, guys.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the reaction of that poll. Ramirez lifts one foul up the right side. That's how to play it. It's 1-2. I know what the feeling in the clubhouse is. They're not worried.
No.
I mean, they know this is a good club. Joe Madden had said after the game last night, a little bit conversation before the game today, he fully expects the Red Sox to do what they've done. There's a nice pickup by Brignac and a good play by the young infielder. He continues to be impressive. He gets Ramirez one away.
Yeah, good range going to his left. We saw him go to his right last night. Well, this ball looks like it's going to find the hole. But Reed does the reverse 360 and throws a strike over there. Nice play. And under control, too. No panic.
Here's Gordon Beckham, the second baseman now for the White Sox. Takes one down. Ball, no strikes. Well, Beckham has struggled at the plate. His average has dropped into the 190s. He takes a strike.
Yeah, that's a surprise. This guy, a lot of people thought he should have been the Rookie of the Year last year.
2-1. He hit 270 with 14 home runs last year. Ground ball to third. Evan has it, and the throw to first in time. 2 gone. Couple ground balls against Neiman in the third inning. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, Juan's an interesting guy. Juan Pierre stepping up to him because he'll come out early and check, the dirt down the third base line. He checks the outfield. He's really conscientious about what his tools are and what he needs to do.
He takes a strike.
And he can bunt it on a dime, so he knows if that dirt's, going to fall off to foul territory or stay fair if he puts it on the line. There he goes.
There is a bunt. Grabbed by Jaso, throw to first into the runner, and a nice reception by Pena to retire Pierre. So he tried to bunt. Jaso and Pena take care of him, and put a little star by that pickup by Pena on the receiving end. Bottom of the third. Sure, cast your Scott's All-Star ballot at Lowe's and enter to win a VIP All-Star experience. Compliments of Scott's. Reed Brignac will begin the bottom of the third. Then Bartlett and Crawford against Gavin Floyd. Reed starts the night hitting .293. First pitch is a strike. Sharply hit, one hop and flagged by the shortstop. Ramirez drops it, still makes the throw, but it's not in time, and Brignac is aboard. Well, they got away from Ramirez, and that gave Brignac the time he needed to get in there safely.
And watch Reed out of the box. He never stopped hustling. He hits a bullet, a one-hopper. Nice pick right there, but on the transfer, Ramirez drops it. But because Reed's hustling all the way, he beats it out.
Well, this is the first rule, sometimes maybe the only rule that Joe Madden has. Run hard to first, and boy, Brignac did right there. And he's aboard. An error charged to Ramirez, his 8th. Jason Bartlett.
You know, Wayne, what I like about that is he never looked up to see what Ramirez was doing. He knew where he hit it. He knew that he was going to pick it, and he was digging it to first base. And if he looked up, it might take a half a stride away from him, and that would have cost him. But that's a nice job by Reed.
Bartlett short on the bat, taking the pitch for a ball. 1-0. Jason hit the ball on the ground to third his first time. He did that, hit the ball to the left side on the ground 4 times last night.
Yeah, 4 times last night to third base, 1 time last night to shortstop.
Ground ball, third base side, the runner going, no play at second. Brignac arrives at second safely. Tee into Konerko, and Bartlett is the first out in the third. Just a reminder, you can look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in tonight's game. Carl Crawford will bat with a man in scoring position now. Carl hit a 1-0 pitch out of here the first time up. Almost hit it into the Rays tank, just to the right of center field. Pitch is down. Here's a look at that home run pitch and swing. Right into his counter, didn't it?
And they were trying to go there too. It surprised me. Trying to go right in on him.
That's a strike. It's 1-1.
That's why there's nothing wrong with hitting that first good fastball you see in a sequence. Second pitch of the at bat, and he hits it out of the ballpark. Might be the best fastball you see.
Nothing doing at second. You know, it really struck both of us. We talked about it during the Boston series. There were a number of the Red Sox hitters who were up there ready to hit. They seemed to be very aggressive, and yet they would track pitches well.
I think you've got to be thinking hit first, number one, and then adjust to the off speed. And if you load correctly, you'll stay back. You saw Euclid do that. He didn't get fooled. You see Pedroia do that. Beltre did that. But they're thinking hit first and take second. Working a count is all fine and good, but you might be taking the best fastball you see in a sequence, first pitch right down the middle, and if you get a reputation of doing that, guess what? You're going to be hitting 0-1, 0-2 all season long. That's tough to do.
2-1 the count to Carl Crawford.
I guarantee you Carl's thinking hit right here, 2-1. Look for a fastball. He may get a curve, but he'll look for a fastball.
And he lines it into center field. It's going to stay up for Rios. Throw back towards second, but no chances. Brignac is back in. Crawford lines to center.
It's a great at bat. I mean, that's what you got to be thinking. He's looking for number one, and if you got a breaking ball, you try to adjust accordingly. But he was ready for that fastball and hit it exactly where you're supposed to. Pitches away, you hit it away. Just unfortunately, Rios was able to run it down.
Ben Zobrist reached on an infield chop his first time. With a run, 2 hits, and in scoring position right now. And takes a strike. He's trying to take advantage of the Chicago error. Hendrick and toward the Rays bullpen. Oh, 2 the count.
Ben hitting .345 left-handed. He's got the batting average up to .307 now.
That straightens him up. Fastball in there. Off the plate, put in 1 and 2.
Well, that's the intent of it. Exactly what you said, to straighten him up, get him from leaning out over the plate, and it worked. It's a good pitch, purpose pitch.
1 and 2. It'll take a 2-out hit to pick up the run now. The pitch inside, stayed in, a fastball. 2 and 2. Rays got a run in the first on the Crawford home run. 2 outs. Brenyak at second. Zobrist waiting for the 2-2. He lifts it back into center field. Rios on the run, still going at the track, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Zobrist gave it a ride. The Rays leave a man through 3, 1-0 Tampa Bay. A.J. Przinsky, the catcher for Chicago, leads it off. And he breaks his bat, lifts a fly ball into right. Zobrist is there to catch it. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's been a good run here as we look at our Toyota trend. Consecutive quality starts, active streaks. And Neiman among the major league leaders. He has 8 consecutive quality starts. Off to a 4-0 start overall. Rios, a bounding ball in and out of the glove of Longoria. Evan moving to his left. Got a glove on it, but could not hold it. That's a base hit for Rios.
A couple of first ball swingers right here in this inning. Evan crossing over 3, 4, 5 steps. Hit it off the tip of his glove. That was a breaker that was up. And Rios was ready for it. Jumped all over it.
So that's the first hit for Chicago. Paul Konerko. And that's a strike. Strikes him with a slider. Thought he had him struck out with a slider the first time up. It was just a perfect pitch. Then came back with a curveball to get him swinging and missing.
Yeah, he did. He painted him up, and that's also what he threw to Rios. Slider, but he got it up and out over the plate for that base hit.
Runner takes off, and the pitch skips past Jaso. So Rios will pick up his 15th stolen base of the year. It's 15 out of 18. So Rios running this year as well as hitting.
Yeah, no chance. Jaso didn't block it because he was hoping to pick it and try to make a throw. But either way, it wouldn't have mattered. Rios was gone. He had a great jump. Jaso wouldn't have had a chance.
Swing and a miss. So Rios 1 year with Toronto stole 32 bases. So here's a guy with enough power. I mean, he can hit home runs and extra base hits and steal a lot of bases.
He's a true 5-tool player. You know, when Kenny Williams and Jim acquired him, that's what he anticipated, was him getting back to form.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Picked him up off of waivers from Toronto and ate that contract. He's got a big contract.
Yeah, they were, they were on the hook for about $60 million, I think.
Right.
That's quite a waiver claim.
You're not kidding.
Right there. In August of last year. Fly ball into right. And Zobrist is there, not overly deep. Rios remains at second. 2 outs with a runner at second, and it's time for our AT&T trivia question. That being, who is the youngest player to ever hit a home run in the World Series? That's our trivia question, brought to you by AT&T. Mark Kotsay. Kotsay drew a walk his first time. Fastball up and away. Kotsay hitting .223 overall. But he has swung a hot bat the last 3 or 4 games especially. And after drawing a walk in the second inning, Kotsay is ahead of Neiman 2-0 this time in. Kotsay came into this game 5 out of his last 11. With 3 doubles and a home run among the 5 hits. He took a good rip at a fastball. 2-1 as he fouls it back.
He got a cookie. He got a pitch to hit right there. And I don't just mean for a base hit. He got a home run pitch right there, and he missed it. I want to go to that spot again.
2-1. 3 balls and a strike. Yeah, this has been a pretty good place for Kotze to hit. His lifetime average here at the Trop is around 320.
He's got a nice, short, compact swing. He's always been what we call a professional type hitter. Works the count well, sees the ball well, tracks it well. Nice short swing.
Swing and a miss on the fastball.
He was going for it. He took a shot at another home run, 3-1 fastball. He tried to go in, and he got underneath it. He was on it, but you could see he was right underneath it. Little uppercut right there. Big uppercut right there.
So it's 3-2. Here it is. Strike 3 call, a fastball on the outside corner. Kotze caught looking. That'll retire the side. No runs. The hit, the man left. Bottom of the 4th coming. Rays lead 1-0. With Evans homering in his first 2 postseason at-bats in the 2008 ALDS against the Chicago White Sox ball club. He became the 2nd player in history to homer in his first 2 postseason at-bats. Gary Gaetti did it with the Twins in '87, and Evan Longoria breaking into the postseason in a big way.
Boy, just looking at those 2 replays, those were 2 hanging breaking balls. Way up in the zone.
1-0 pitch it on the ground to Konerko, who steps on the bag. 1 away.
The catcher, John Jaso.
And our AT&T trivia question. Who's the youngest player to ever hit a home run in the World Series? Andrew Jones at 19. That was with the Braves in '96. The 2nd youngest player, to my knowledge, ever to hit a home run in the World Series was Tony Kubek. There's a ground ball off the bat of Jaso, and it's bobbled by Beckham. So Jaso is aboard.
They really had Jaso played deep on the right side. Beckham was on the turf. So they had him positioned correctly. Take a look at Beckham right here. So he's on the turf. See him right there on the right side of your screen. Nothing really hard about that one. Just a 2-hopper off the dirt. He boxed it.
Here's Hank Blaylock. So the Rays got a base runner on the error. 1-0 the count. So Blaylock ahead in the count. A couple of errors charged to the White Sox in this game tonight. Tap right side. Blaylock will go to second out there, and not enough time to turn a double play as Blaylock safely aboard at first. Jaso cut down 4-6.
Yeah, not an easy play by Beckham to get the lead runner. Comes back and makes a nice play with a quick turn. Take a look right here. Jaso about 30 feet from the bag, but it's a nice play thrown to the outside. Make sure they cut down a man from getting in a scoring position.
2 outs. Blaylock aboard, and Carlos Pena steps in. He looks at a strike. Two, he was out in front.
That's a problem when you take that first good fastball right down the middle. Now the pitcher has a leeway to throw a changeup. So you take the fastball right in your wheelhouse and you swing at the changeup for a ball. And that's what's been happening. Now you're hitting 0-2.
This one blocked by Pierzynski. And it's tough to consistently hit down in the count. Carlos 1-2 in the second inning and a fly ball to center. He's 1-2 here. The percentages are just stacked against you when you're behind in the count so often.
Well, you're going to get a fastball every sequence. You're going to get one, and if it's a strike, I mean, that's the pitch all hitters want to hit normally. And also, if you're looking for a fastball and you get a hanging breaking ball, you just saw some replays of Longoria. I'm sure he wasn't looking for a hanging breaking ball, but you react to it when you're a power hitter. You hit hanging breaking balls out of the ballpark. That's what happened with Beltre last night. He was looking fastball, but he got a curveball and it was up.
1-2. Let's foul back. Foul the fastball. Bill Miller, he may be hearing bells right now.
Yeah, right off the mask. Straight back into it.
Well, veteran of 11 plus years in the big leagues. He's out of UCLA. Some of his early umpiring experience was in the inner city in Los Angeles. Blaylock, the runner at first. To the run, 2 hits. The run came in the first on the Crawford home run. There goes the runner. The pitch is hit on the ground to the right side for Beckham. His throw to first in time. The Rays leave a man. 1 error in the inning. We're through 4, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Drew Jones stepping in and hits it on the ground to third. Evan takes his time and throws a strike to first. It's one away. Now it's time for the Keep Your Edge Spotlight, brought to you by Just for Men Mustache and Beard. Some very good defensive work at second base out of Reed Brignac tonight. Keep your edge with Just for Men Mustache and Beard.
How about the two rookies right there, John Jaso and Reed Brignac?
And I'm not sure Brignac is old enough to have a beard yet.
he's got the young look going on.
He sure does. I tell you, he's playing like a veteran, though.
Yes, he is.
He has really been impressive. There is a beard.
Yeah, a little scruff going on.
Pitch inside, 2-0. Yeah, he's been a big lift. These two guys, Jaso and Brignac. How valuable have they been to the Rays this year? Tian, ground ball. They better come up with it after we've given them all that praise. So Tian is out of there. Brignac to Pena. 2 up, 2 down. Catch live streaming of the SEC baseball tournament on FoxSportsFlorida.com. You don't want to miss any of the action. Coverage begins tomorrow. Doubleheader at 4 o'clock on FoxSportsFlorida.com. Alexi Ramirez takes the pitch down. Jeff Neiman knows all about that, competing at the collegiate level out of Rice University. There's a strike, and the count is 1-1.
Yeah, Jeff's got a strong background, strong college background, and a lot of innings in the minor leagues before he arrived last year full time. About what, 600 or 700 innings.
The 1-1. He throws it by Ramirez. It's 1-2.
He's got just a good feel for pitching. Check out this movement right here. Here's a run in on him. Wow. It's a two-seamer.
Ramirez, did he go? I guess he held up, and the count is 2-2. Ramirez likes to swing the bat to begin with. He can be aggressive up there.
Let's take a look at the side shot right here on the curveball.
He held up?
Yeah, he did.
That's one foul. That's still 2-2. Yeah, Neiman has just a great feel. He's an intelligent guy and understands pitching, and boy, his execution is so good. Breaking ball missed, down and away, and the count is full. A 1-0 ball game. And a wave and a miss. Ramirez chased the slider. He's out on strikes. We go to the home half of the fifth. 1-0 Rays. Then Reed Brignac and Jason Bartlett. Any deeper, Carl Crawford will hit.
Say it's time for a crooked number. A 2 or 3 spot up here.
And the bunt attempt fouled by Rodriguez. That's a strike.
Give Jeff Neiman a little breathing room.
Rodriguez struck out. He got behind 0-2 and then struck out on a curveball, and he's hit by a pitch here. That was supposed to be a curveball, but it hits Rodriguez. And we'll check in with Todd Callis.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Sunday is the broadcast auction in front of me. I have the list of all the broadcast auction items coming up Sunday. It's going to benefit the Pinellas Education Foundation and the Hillsborough Education Foundation. We have trip for 2 to the All-Star game. Trip for 2 to Minnesota to see the Rays play at the new Target Field. Trip for 2 to Cleveland. A hitting lesson with Evan Longoria. Party at Tropicana Field. And Rays fan packs. All that coming up Sunday for our broadcast auction. You won't want to miss it, guys.
Well, there's some great items in that broadcast auction, so you don't want to miss that. Get in on the bidding, and it's all for a great benefit. 1 strike to count to Reed Brignac. We'll see Todd Callis at his very best. Of course, we see him at his best every night. He's that kind of performer.
Oh, just wait till this weekend. He and Brian outside in the.
Don't miss the pregame show.
That's
outside.
Right. Outside.
There's a rumor that Brian Anderson might wear a headband.
Yeah, I heard that. He might wear a tank top too.
Brignac takes it the other way. That's going to fall in front of Juan Pierre, and the Rays have their first 2-minute aboard in the 5th inning. Rodriguez hit by a pitch, and Brignac with a base hit. They'll be right out gate 4. Right there's the arrow points to exactly the spot where you can find Todd and Brian. And Whit Watson, by the way, will be here. So we're bringing in reinforcements.
Wow.
I mean, the big guns.
A full arsenal.
For Saturday for the pregame show. There's Todd. You see Todd fueling up right now for being outside for the pregame show. That's called, technically speaking, hydrating.
Well, it's going to be humid Saturday, so he's preparing already. Hot, humid.
Here's Bartlett. Puts down a bunt, foul. Strike 1. Trying to get both men into scoring position.
You got to, because Jason's hit 6 balls to the left side of the infield in the last 2 nights on the ground. And in a normal situation in the 5th inning, when Jason's hitting as like he normally can, I mean, he'd be swinging the bat. He is hitting a .350 with runners in scoring position still. It's 20 RBIs, but it's a good move to try to put the pressure on the defense right here.
And he takes the bat back, takes the pitch for a ball. It's 1-1.
You got to play some small ball when you're not scoring a lot of runs, and the Rays have had trouble with men in scoring position, but you want to get them there first. I think the bunt probably still in order.
And he takes ball 2. Again showing the bunt.
See if it stays on right here. He's got it to a hitter's count here with the corners playing in. Smash one right by Keane at third base. He's been hitting a lot of balls to third anyway. He's playing in shallow third base there.
And ball 3 rolls in behind Przinsky and Bill Miller, the plate umpire, but recovered by Przinsky. Had no opportunity to advance.
AJ's always thinking, though, and you watch AJ Przinsky here off his glove, and he's going to act like it went to the backstop for a second. I think he knew where it was all the time. He's trying to bait Rodriguez to take off at third base.
3-1 now to Jason Bartlett. And he swings, pops it up right side. Beckham into foul territory, and he makes the catch. Now a tag. Rodriguez going to head to third. He is safe at third, and down to second base goes Brignac, and out comes Ozzie Guillen. So Rodriguez tags on the foul pop, advances to third. Harry Cooper on the call. Tian moved away by Guillen, and Ozzie's going to put up an argument. He was ejected yesterday with the Mark Burley balk incident. Joe West got him in Cleveland. And Ozzie trying to be restrained.
Let's take a look at the throw here, Dwayne. Here's Beckham reacting quickly. Rodriguez really taking a gamble right here. You know what? The tag was on the back leg. Let's take a look at this shot right here. This is Rodriguez doing this on his own right here. Pretty good slide, trying to get away as it falls to the glove side. You know what? I think he's in there.
You know, to Cooper's credit, he waited to make the call.
Yeah.
You like to see that. And here's Crawford hitting a fly ball into left. Rodriguez back to tag. He's going to head to the plate with the second run of the contest for the Rays, and it's now 2-0. So Rodriguez scores on a sacrifice fly. Crawford owns both runs batted in tonight.
I think Cooper got it right because the ball hit the turf and it skipped kind of to the glove side of Tian when Sean Rodriguez was called safe. And by the time Tian got the glove down, let's take a look one more time. It's a key play of the game right here. Watch it hit the turf, kind of skips up high to Tian's glove side. Sean slides inside and actually got the right hand in there. There's the tag. If Tian had stayed on the body, I think he would have been called out.
I think you're right in that sense. A very good point. Zobrist takes it down and in. And that's why it's important for Cooper to wait to make the call the way he did.
He got it right, and I think if Ozzie takes a look at the replay tonight, he'll see that.
Well, that was a continuing play all the way into and across the bag.
Yeah, and Cooper was right on top of it, too. So good camera angles, guys. Great shots.
And Zobrist takes the pitch for a strike.
That tells you right there, though, how quick the umpire has to do it. He has to do it live right there. And he did wait. That's the key. You're right. He waited. He didn't react quickly. He just waited and saw the play. At the time Tian got the glove down on Sean's leg, his hand was on the bag. And then if he would have kept the glove there as Sean kept sliding, Sean came off the bag, he would have been out. But he was looking for the next runner, the trail runner.
1-1 the count to Ben Zobrist. And a breaking pitch is over for strike two. Well, the Rays take advantage of a hit batter and some daring base running there by Rodriguez to go to third after the catch of the foul pop hit by Bartlett. Zobrist fouls it.
You know, and again, Carl, jumping early in the count. I like that. I mean, runners in scoring position. He's not waiting for any perfect pitch. You got a pitch that he knew he could get in the air, and you hit Juan Pierre, who has a well below average arm. You're going to score the run. So 3 good at bats for Carl Crawford tonight.
A 1-2 count to Ben. And he is out on strikes. Tried to hold up on a slider. That retires the side. The Rays pick up 1. They lead 2-0 through 5. first pitch is in there. That's a strike. Long fly ball down the line, and that is a foul ball. So Beckham, who has been struggling, made a bid for his second home run of the year, and that was just foul. The count goes to 0-2.
That's right. If you're ready to swing and you get a hanging breaking ball, you can do this. He almost hit a home run on the hanger right there. Hooked it just a little bit, about 2 feet. Wow.
And even since the visit from Jim Hickey has really picked up that strike to non-strike ratio. Ground ball up the middle and past the diving Bartlett. Beckham is aboard with a leadoff single. Hit number 2 of Neiman tonight.
Tried to go fastball up to get Beckham to swing and miss at it, but let's take a look. There's Jaso with the glove up. Ball's too much out over the heart of the plate and not up high enough. I don't know, 2 pitch. The idea is to go up and in. And that was up and away, and Beckham was able to reach it, get extension, get through the ball.
There's Pierre. And there's a first pitch strike. He's 0 for 2, tried to bunt his way on in the third. Beckham backhanded first. Austin out in front of Kansas City, bottom of the 5th inning. Minnesota just underway against the Yankees, leading 1-0. Runner at first is Gordon Beckham. He's back in.
3 stolen bases for Beckham this year. Ozzie Guillen is running more this year, led by Juan Pierre with his 18 stolen bases. And of course, Rios, you already saw, steal his 15th, but they're second in the league in stolen bases with now 49.
Pitch is high. 1-1. You know, when Neiman had that little wild spell for a couple of hitters in the second, he actually went through a period where he'd thrown more non-strikes than strikes. 14 pitches out of the strike zone, 10 strikes. And since then, he's done 68% strikes, which is just a tick or 2 above norm.
That's right.
1-2 now.
Pretty efficient so far. 69 pitches, 40 for strikes in here in the 6th inning. Whereas the White Sox are more of a first ball hitting team than teams like the Boston Red Sox. They like to hack. They'll go up there swinging.
And they do not walk much. Pierre is out on strikes. That's number 5 for Neiman. First out in the 6th inning.
Like look at a good breaking ball right here. Hard breaking ball. Nice. Juan asking for a tip. Did I tip it? No, you didn't.
A.J. Przinsky, the catcher. It's foul right back into the screen. Przinsky, fly ball to center and a fly ball to right.
Two-seamer, nice two-seamer, get a ground ball here. Good double play, man.
Even a miss. Swings over that one. 0-2.
Good depth on that pitch. Bottom fell out. Big swing. AJ looking to turn on one.
Ground ball. Glove by Pena. Out at second. Back to first. To Neiman. They got him, and that's nicely done. A 3-6-1 double play started by the Gold Glove of Carlos Pena down at first. Bartlett in the middle. Neiman on the receiving side for out number 2.
Yeah, he got the
bottom of the 6th inning. Another look at that double play.
Oh, nice pick right here by Carlos. That's not an easy play. Could have skipped by him. Great feed, good return, and Neiman's right there with a nice stretch. It's just perfect execution of a 3-6-1 double play on the scoring. Yeah, Jason just cool, gets out of the way of Beckham. Quick release. You got a nice 6'9" stretch there from Jeff Neiman.
Boy, the ability to turn a double play like that get you out of the inning. You don't know what's going to happen the rest of the inning if it continues. And the Rays in 08 turned every double play they had. It seemed an opportunity to turn, and we've seen that return pretty much this year.
Yeah, we really have. It's been really solid defense.
Breaking ball to Longoria to start the inning. Outside, 1-0. Evans swings and hits one deep. High and deep and gone. Home run for Longoria. That's his 10th of the year. And the Rays lead 3-0. Longoria on a 1-0 pitch hits it out of here. Second home run of the night for the Rays.
Well, there's a man right there ready to swing the bat 1-0. No wasting time. That fastball's actually in off the corner, but he's ready. He's in hit mode. Look at that pitch. Right on the black of home plate. That's where they wanted it. But Evan got his hands inside it, and you saw the result. Look at this pitch. And that's where they want. Look where A.J. Pruszynski's at. That's where they wanted it. You know, first 2 at bats, Evan went to right field, but this at bat 1-0 for a pitch to drive, and he got it.
It's a strike to Jaso to take the count to 1-1. So a couple of home runs. The Rays have hit 44 on the year. Jaso, one hop to short. Ramirez makes the throw to first. Jaso's out of there. Well, let's go to Todd Callis for his latest update.
Laying up at the Captain Morgan deck where we do the pregame show up here. We've got the BJ Upton shirt we're giving away tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday Fest presented by Captain Morgan. These are becoming popular collector items. We had that one designed by James Shields. Tomorrow, it's Who's the Boss, Boss Man Jr., courtesy of the St. Petersburg Times, to the first 10,000 fans that come to the ballpark. And we expect BJ Upton will be back in the lineup tomorrow. Joe Madden said He wanted to give him 2 days off, not just one. He equated it to the difference between putting your computer on standby or completely shutting down the system and rebooting when you get 2 days off. So he thinks Upton should be ready to roll tomorrow with a whole new attitude, guys.
You know, it's only fitting, I guess, that Joe Madden would go to the computer analogy, because he was one of the first, if not the first, certainly one of the first guys to understand in the infancy of computers that they could be an important part of compiling information and taking that information and using it in the game of baseball.
That's right. Yeah.
He did that during his years with the Angels. So he's all over the computer.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of good historical information and Joe goes by that quite a bit. I mean, as he said, he's not a hunch manager. He digs into the information. And it is really available today, I tell you, in today's era.
3-1, and Blaylock lifts the fly ball to center. Rios takes care of that. 2 outs.
Number 23, Carlos.
Base is empty. The Rays have a 3-run lead, and now it's going to be Carlos Pena to bat, looking for his first hit of the night. Carlos 0 for 2.
You know, there's something about when you prove you can hit the other way, they'll come back to you. We talked about that, not in the last couple of days, but I know last homestand we touched on that a lot. If you prove you can go the other way, the game will come back to you. They'll come back into your swing, and that's what happened to Longoria.
Carlos taking a strike. What you'd really love to see with Carlos, when he swings and when he's hot, he really defines his own strike zone and just refuses to go out of that. And if he does that and hits the ball to center or left center, I think good things tend to follow from that approach for Carlos.
Yeah, below his hands, number 1. And then not expanding the zone too much, number 2. But, you know, you're right. He makes it a fine focus on his strike zone. And when he started hitting last year, he started going to left center.
Checks that pitch. Oh, he didn't check on the appeal. Larry Cooper says that's a strike. 1-2 now.
Let's take a look and see what Eric Cooper saw. That's close.
Yeah, when you're not going well, that's a strike. And if you're going well, that's a ball, and the count would be 2-1. So it's 1-2 right now. He takes a close pitch. For ball 2.
That's very close. That's very. That's too close to take with 2 strikes. I think you got a break right there back. I mean, this is right there at the knees on the outside corner. I think Carlos got a break there. He needs a break. He deserves one at least.
And he takes it low. Breaking ball, 3-2.
But what I meant was, if you start proving, and Carlos needs to do this, is you can go to left center. They'll start coming back in on you. If you start hitting that outside pitch to left center. I think you saw Longoria do that tonight twice, and Krasinski said, let's call one fastball in.
And he's out on strikes. A foul tip strikeout on a change. The Rays pick up another run. The leadoff homer by Evan Longoria. We're through 6. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Alex Rios leads it off here. 1 ball, no strikes. Rios, Konerko, and then Kotsay. One and one. Rios got the base hit off the glove of Longoria in the 4th. 2 balls and a strike. So Neiman, 6 innings under his belt, entering the 7th. Oh, he's behind 3-1. He'd made 73 pitches through 6 innings.
Yeah, he's been in a nice rhythm.
And there's ball 4. So a leadoff walk here in the 7th. For all the latest updates on the Rays, log on to TampaBay.com. From the diamond to the clubhouse and everywhere in between, you'll get in-depth news, stories, and scores 24 hours a day only at TampaBay.com. Two hits and 3 walks allowed by Neiman. It's ball Konerko. It's a strike.
Don't be surprised too if Rios runs again, because Jeff, it takes a little bit longer with his size to get that ball to the plate.
Yeah, we actually have the top 2 running teams in the American League in this series.
Right.
The Rays first and the White Sox second. There's a long drive back into left, but it's going to stay in the park as Crawford ventures into left center field to gather it in. Yes, it's kind of interesting that at bat. Here's Kotsay, because he had him just a little out in front, down the bat a little bit.
You're right, just enough.
There's a fly ball into right. Silvest is there to reach up and make the catch. 2 outs with a runner at first. Don't forget to sign up at Kane's Furniture for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. And if Rays pitchers strike out 10 hitters in a home game, log on to CaneStrikeout.com. Get a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Get the Canes today. You know, it's interesting, the point on that fly ball by Konerko. He threw him a first pitch slider.
Yes.
And then came back with a curveball, and he was out in front just enough to get it down off the end of the bat. And it was a fly ball as opposed to one in the seats.
Yeah, his slider was about 84 there in that sequence, and the curve about 78, and that's exactly what happened.
Jones taking a slider for a strike.
But that's what changing speeds will do when you have a variety of pitches like Jeff has. You can't sit on one pitch with him. He messes up with the hitter's timing.
Over to first. Back in there is Rios. And it's fouled back and out of play. 0-2. In the 7th. They scored a run in the 1st, got a run in the 5th, and they put up 1 in the 6th.
They like to bury a breaking ball right here. Jason block it. Good running count for Rios.
And a tap foul.
Nice try. There's a curveball. Andrew Jones has always had trouble with good breaking ball pitchers on the right side. Good fastball hitter, still can hit the fastball. I'm not saying you can't throw one, but you got to make sure he expands his zone. Throwing off the plate.
And a ground ball. Longoria up with it. Jones is out of there. White Sox out in the 7th. They leave a man. 7th inning stretch. Rays lead 3-0. Rodriguez taps the first pitch to third. Tian makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Tian to Konerko. Sean Rodriguez retired. He had opened the 5th inning, hit by a pitch, and with some daring base running, came around to score the 2nd run of this game. Now to Reed Brignac. Reed's been on twice.
I was going to say, Jeff Neiman, this is the 7th game. 7 of his 10 starts that he's gone at least 7 innings. That's pretty remarkable.
The strike to Brignac.
7 zeros.
And you know, if you look at his rookie season last year, there were indications of that, and for a couple of reasons. This one is down 1-1. In fact, he led all major league rookies in innings pitched last year with a little over 180. And the average number of pitches he throws per inning, always among the league leaders in terms of the least number of pitches thrown. Jones takes care of Brignac. In fact, coming into this one, he had the 3rd lowest in the American League behind Nick Blackburn of the Twins and Dallas Braden of the A's. Just over 14 pitches.
Well, you know, it's funny because if you haven't seen Jeff Neiman before, I know when we were in Anaheim, a couple of the Angels analysts hadn't really seen him before. Jose Mota, he goes, God, I always thought he was going to throw like 97. But Jeff just pitches, so he gets a double play pitch when he needs it. He doesn't try to strike people out, and that's one of the reasons he can go deep into a game.
Yeah, in this game tonight, he threw 19 pitches in the 2nd inning when he had a little control issue to a couple of hitters. But in any other inning, he has not thrown any more than 13 pitches.
Right. You know, he can go for a strikeout when the situation dictates it, but otherwise he's pitching according to the game situation. And his defense, once again, when you do that, you work fast. Your defense will perform like they have tonight, which is very well.
Here go 85 pitches for Jeff tonight. 2 hits and 3 walks to go with 5 strikeouts. 2-2 the count to Jason Bartlett. And a full count. The first walk given up tonight by Floyd. He's hit a man. Now issues a 2-out walk to get Crawford up. The Mosaic Company and the Rays work together to fight to end hunger. Through home runs for food, each Rays home run this season, the Mosaic Company donates $500 to local food banks through Feeding America Tampa Bay, Florida's leading hunger relief agency. They've contributed $22,000 to that end. Here's Crawford shooting one foul up the right side. Boy, he is swinging early tonight.
Hey, I like that. I mean, he's locked in. He's looking for a pitch that he can drive, and he just got one. Doesn't matter if it's a fastball or a hanging breaking ball. I mean, he's ready to drive a run in here. Now, this is a good situation. Of course, it's a pitch out count now. This ball ran back over into a swing. But with 2 outs, it's a good time for Bartlett to think about going. Now, it's 0-1, so it's a pitch out count. But in this particular at bat, it's a good time to think about running.
Carl fouls one away, 0-2.
And the reason is, at worst, if Bartlett's thrown out, you got Carl leading off. And now he's down 0-2 in the count. So, you know, the sequence could start over next inning. And they may pitch out once here just to say, hey, we'll pitch out on you 0-2.
Bartlett back in. Just a little reminder.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough count to go on, but you'd like to do it, number one, to get in a scoring position, and number two, at worst, like I said, the sequence starts over for Carl, and he leads off the 8th.
One ball, 2 strikes.
That's as good as a pitch out. That's what that was. Just fastball away called by Brzezinski just in case. If you can get the count to 2-2, that's when Bartlett should go. Can still pitch out right here if they want to. I think that's a throw over sign. Split fingers there in the 1. That's a throw over sign. I'd wait one more pitch. Try to get the count to 2-2.
A ball, 2 strikes. And into the dirt. Down to second base goes Bartlett. That's a wild pitch. He was going to throw him a changeup.
Yep.
And a wild pitch. And the Rays have Bartlett in scoring position.
Well, slide step changeup. That's a tough pitch to throw right there. So, I mean, they would have been better off just calling a pitch out. They're worried about you can't worry about one. Either you make a quality pitch in the changeup in your normal delivery, or you pitch out. But it's tough to do both. And that's why you bounce that thing to the backstop.
And a long foul. Well foul. The count holds at 2-2. Two-out walk and the wild pitch, and Bartlett's at second. 2-2 the count to Crawford. Carl loses his bat, fouls the pitch away off to the left. The bat wound up out of play to the right of the screen.
Another hanger right there.
That's a reverse hammer throw.
Hey, look out.
That's Scott Linebrink down in the bullpen for the White Sox. Two. Carl fouls it again.
I tell you, Gavin Floyd is throwing everything he has at Carl Crawford in this at bat. Changeups, curveballs, sliders, fastballs.
Well, there's a fastball right there that Carl hit out in the first inning.
Yeah, that was big for the Rays to get on the board early tonight. It's been a while since they had a lead.
2-2 now. This is the 8th pitch of the at bat. And Carl is out on strikes. And we went back to the off speed to get him. Through 7, the Rays lead 3-0. In to open the 8th. And the pitch is down. Tian called out on strikes in the 2nd, grounded to 2nd in the 5th. There's a high shot back into right field. Zobrist will go to the wall and it will get out of here. A 1-0 pitch. Tian turns on the fastball, and that makes it 3-1.
Well, just had a lot of carry. Only the 3rd home run for Mark Tian. I think in Chicago they probably expected a little bit more of that. Look at the mistake, though, trying to go away. He just missed over the inside part of the plate. That's just a mistake pitch. You see Jaso was setting up down and away.
6th home run given up by Jeff Neiman this year. Alexei Ramirez. The pitch is in there. That's a strike.
You're counting outs now, so the Rays bullpen is right behind Jeff Neiman right now.
Ground ball down to short. Bartlett comes up with it, and the throw to first is in time. So Ramirez is 0 for 3 in the first out of the 8th inning. Now the left-hander is choked. The right-hander Balfour just got up.
It's amazing what mistakes do in the big leagues. I mean, Jeff has just been right. He's made one mistake and it cost him a run. I mean, that's all he's made is one mistake.
Here's Beckham. Pitch is a first pitch fastball in for a strike.
And a good pitch right on the outside corner.
One and one.
Tian reacted to that ball.
Broken bat. That's a foul ball outside of third. And it's a ball, 2 strikes. Well, this is the first game of this series. David Price will pitch tomorrow night against Freddie Garcia. Then Saturday night, Wade Davis and John Danks. And Sunday, James Shields and Jake Peavy. A lot of baseball left here this coming weekend on the homestand. And a low liner grabbed by Longoria for the out. Evans going to go ahead and make the throw to first. But he caught it on a low line. Beckham is out number 2. The Corona Beach Bar will host your group in an exclusive, up-close and personal environment during a Rays game. You'll get great seats exclusively for your group. Reserve the Corona Beach Bar. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or email group sales at raysbaseball.com. Well, 2 up, 2 down following the home run. Here's Pierre. He chops it to short. Bartlett has it, and the throw to first in time. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. Bottom of the 8th coming, 3-1.
To head to Frontier Elementary School. Braden is part of a family that has season tickets the last 2 years to the Rays. He loves Ben Zobrist, Carl Crawford's speed, Jason Bartlett's fielding, and Matt Garza's facial hair, guys. He also made a deal with his mom where if the Rays made the World Series in 2008, he was allowed to get a Rayhawk. So he and his brother Matthew did. Big day for Ben Zobrist over at Frontier Elementary. Back to you.
And it will be Ben Zobrist to lead it off here in the Rays half of the 8th. He goes after the first pitch and skies one well foul. Now to play, strike 1. Scott Linebrink is the new pitcher for the Chicago White Sox.
Gavin Floyd went 7 innings and came out of it fair enough. Didn't have his best command tonight, but only gave up the 3 runs. Linebrink in his 15th game now, averaging about a strikeout an inning. Veteran. Been around a while now.
Pitch is down. It's 1-1. Now Linebrink has had some shoulder issues the past couple of years. You see Soriano loosening now in the Rays bullpen. One ball, 2 strikes.
Like to get that run back. As you saw Soriano up in the bullpen a moment ago.
It's a foul ball back. Linebrink very good for the Padres for a long stretch. And the White Sox. With shoulder problems coming back now. This one is down 2-2. In fact, line break, if you go back to 04, he has the second most holds in the major leagues behind Scott Shields and just ahead of the Rays, Dan Wheeler. Those three guys, Shields, Linebrink, and Wheeler, with the most holds in the big league since 04.
One of the strengths, too, for the White Sox is their bullpen. They're 5th in the American League in ERA at 3.73. That being part of that. Of course, their closer is Bobby Jenks.
Zobrist is out on strikes. One away in the 8th. We got Evan Longoria up there. Reminder now, voting is open for the 2010 All-Star Game. It'll be played in Anaheim. Help send your favorite Rays player to this year's All-Star Game by voting up to 25 times at RaysBaseball.com. Visit RaysBaseball.com. Cast your ballot for the All-Stars of 2010. Vote early and often. RaysBaseball.com. Everett hit the home run in the 6th inning. A 1-0 fastball driven out the left. That came off Gavin Floyd. Line break hits the corner this time, and the count is 1-1.
Yeah, they tried to stand Evan up on that first fastball just to let him know, hey, don't be crowding over the plate here.
Out of play. 1-2.
Got good at bats tonight, though, Evan. That line out in the first inning almost went out of the ballpark. He went the other way on a ground ball to first, and the home run he turned on the left field.
2-2. The Rays are up 3-1. They have just 4 hits, but I think they have had better at bats tonight.
I do too. Yep.
Foul out of play.
That was a tough pitch. I don't know how he got a piece of that, but he did. He stayed alive. Shoot it right off the end of the bat on a slider.
Twins have a 3-0 lead through 3 on New York and Minnesota. Evan fouls it out of play. Here the Rays lead 3-1. Rays open the day with a 3.5 game lead on New York. The count goes to 3-2.
Well, Evan's seen everything. He's seen the slider, the off-speed pitch, the fastball. He does have a pretty good changeup.
And a line drive. There's a base hit into left for Evan. Pierre down to a knee to keep the ball in front of him. 1 on, 1 out in the 8th inning. Let's revisit our Auto-Way poll question. After being swept by Boston, how you feeling about the Rays? Not worried, still going to make the playoffs. Concerned about playoff chances, or too early, not even Memorial Day yet. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. And enter the Auto-Way poll question on the night. Here's John Jaso.
That was a beauty of an at-bat right there. Fought off a couple tough pitches to stay alive, and then got his fastball down and just went down and got it. A rope over Ramirez's head.
It's a strike.
Cookie right there.
Jaso reached on Beckham's error in the 4th. Otherwise, he is 0 for 3. I'll tell you, it's indicative of what a great start the Rays have had this year to be swept by the Red Sox, and they still have the best record in baseball.
That's right. You're right.
3.5 games better than New York. Which is down. Lineblink hurried his delivery to the plate. Longoria had bluffed to start.
And with that bluff, A.J. Przinsky came up out of his crouch. And had that ball been over the plate, he might have just blocked the umpire out from seeing it. Going over there again. Here's a slide step. That little move with the closed hand, that means slide step.
And a strike. There's in 1 and 2. Rays 3 runs, 5 hits now. Chicago a run, 3 hits. And it's popped up. Foul ball. Will it stay playable? Brzezinski gives it a chase, but it's going to be out of play just on the other side of the screen. Linebrink in relief of Gavin Floyd. The Rays got 3 runs, 4 hits, a couple of home runs off him tonight. Randy Williams, the lefty, is busy in the bullpen.
Yeah, with a couple lefties behind Jason, Blaylock and Carlos Pena.
And this one cued down to third. Tian has it get by him. Everybody's going to be safe. Longoria rounds the bag and hangs on at second. Well, that had some reverse spin on it, cueing its way down to third. That's going to be a base hit for Jaso.
He likes to throw that changeup to lefties, and he threw one right there, and he cued it, like you said, right off the end of the bat. Tian couldn't stay down all the way. I don't think he would have thrown out Jaso either way, as it got under his glove.
So 2 men on, 1 out. I think Blaylock will bat.
You can expect more changeups from Linebrink.
Pitch is down.
One right there.
They go for 2 with a walk lifetime against Linebrink. Fastball up.
Yeah, the ball ran away from him. Take a look. Just off the outside corner and above his hands. Trying to stay away from the power of Hank Blaylock, middle in.
And this one toward the left field line. That's going to be a foul ball. Just foul. That sliced just enough to prevent Blaylock from picking up a couple of bases and a couple runs batted in.
Yeah, that would have been pretty sweet right there. That ball from a left-handed hitter keeps fading away from the line when it's hit like that. And it was foul, and Eric Cooper was all over it, third base umpire.
Back in with a 1-2 count. And he just missed inside. Linebrink trying to pick up the inside corner, upset that he didn't get that one in there.
Yeah, try to sneak one in there on him. I kind of had a feeling that A.J. would call something in after that last swing going away. Take a look. Pretty close. A.J. pulls it back in to make it look better, but it was in.
Runner breaks off second, and the ball gets away to the backstop. Trailing down to second is Jaso. Longoria goes to third. Jaso moves up. The count to Blaylock goes to 3-2. But Longoria was breaking. He'll get a steal. It'll to be a steal and a wild pitch, and you don't see that scoring combination very often.
No, you really don't. And then Evan ran on a good pitch on the changeup. And because it was a changeup in the dirt and Evan was going, A.J. couldn't block it. See, A.J. came up again, trying to get ready to make a throw.
Infield in. Blaylock hits it on the ground. Oh, that's a foul ball, said Chad Fairchild. There was a moment of indecision, and I'll tell you, that was very, very close. Oh, my.
Well, if it goes over the bag in fair territory and lands foul, it's a fair ball. It's where it goes over the bag that's the key. I tell you what.
I think that's fair.
That might have gone over the bag fair.
Well, it had to change directions in midair if that was foul. There's a ground ball. That's going to go through. Academic now. Longoria scores. Jaso will score, and Blaylock just kept swinging until he finally drove in the runs. It's a 5-1 ball game.
Yeah, those are two huge runs for the Rays, make it a 4-run ball game now. And you're right, you just kept battling. Got one just to the left of Scott Linebrink's glove. Linebrink looked like he had that in his sights and didn't pick it. Once it got by him, it was all over.
So a couple of runs batted in for Blaylock. 5-1 ball game. Here's Carlos Pena. Pitch is a strike. Now on that ball that got by Brzezinski, Longoria got a steal because he was breaking.
Right.
Jaso was not, and so he advanced on the wild pitch. So there was a stolen base and a wild pitch on the same play. An 0-1 count. Carlos is out in front of a changeup. 0-2.
Well, knowing catchers, Jason's going to say, you know, I was going. I want the stolen base.
Yeah, really. Hey, come on.
I was going.
He's looking for his first big league steal.
There you go. That's it. They're just totally staying away. Well, A.J. wanted it away. They're going to go in. Linebrink wanted to go in on Carlos.
And that hits him. So Linebrink hits Pena. Well, the Magic have forced a Game 6 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Log on to FoxSportsFlorida.com for playoff coverage. Visit the Game Center. You'll get game day video, live chats during the game, and post-game analysis. Magic playoff coverage. You don't want to miss it. Log on to FoxSportsFlorida.com.
Yeah, they battled back pretty well. Force a Game 6, the Magic.
Yeah, anything can happen now.
A little pressure on those Celtics. Yeah,
Sean Rodriguez will hit now with men at first and second. He goes after the first pitch and looks a high pop foul out of play. That's a strike.
I like that, though. Go for it. Let it fly. Get that first good fastball. Let it fly.
And a foul again, backing out of play. On a fastball, 0-2. Rays have Choate and Wheeler up in the bullpen now.
Yeah, with the 4-run lead, that changes things, but I'm sure Soriano will be right back up as soon as either Dan Wheeler or Randy Choate comes in. Brzezinski due to lead off. They've got some righties on the bench. Ozzie Guillen likes to pinch hit if they bring Choate in.
1-2, the count to Sean. He takes this one low. 2-2. Rodriguez hit by a pitch, and he scored a run in the fifth. There's Ozzie. Another foul out of play. Fastball back and to the right. And a cut to miss. So Rodriguez strikes out on the off-speed pitch. Second strikeout of the inning for Linebrink. And now it'll be Reed Brignac.
Reed's had 3 good at-bats tonight. Also, just like Longoria. Longoria ended up with 4 really good at-bats and a couple of hits. Reed's 1 for 3. Blind out to right, his last at-bat.
Takes a cut, misses, strike one. And Minnesota's hitting in the bottom of the 4th, leading New York 3-1. And Kansas City, with a run in the 6th inning, takes a 4-2 lead over the Red Sox at Fenway. Boston batting in the bottom of the 6th. It's fouled out of play.
You know, how about Kansas City leading baseball?
Yeah,
in hitting?
Yeah,
280 batting average as a group.
You know, I think they were, when the Rays played them here, they might have been leading the league in hitting then.
They were.
They were either first or second.
Yeah, they were right at the top. Led by Billy Butler. Billy Butler's at around 345 now.
And a swing and a miss. Brignac is out on strikes, retiring the Rays. But they add 2, and they take a 5-1 lead. Choate comes on here with A.J. Przinsky due to lead off the 9th. Well, Jeff Neiman gave the Rays 8 very good innings as Choate's on for his 24th appearance.
Right, and it may just be for one batter just to get one out if he can do that with A.J. Przinsky and a couple of righties on deck and Dan Wheeler up right behind him. It looks like that's the way Bill Madden's going to go. He's going to mix and match here in the 9th.
Przinsky 0 for 3, grounded into a double play in the 6th inning. Started on a very good play at first by Pena. It's a strike, the first pitch. And Przinsky loops a base hit into center field. So a leadoff base hit in the 9th inning. And Madden comes out of the dugout. And the Rays will make another pitching change with Alex Rios coming up. tobacco. Be free. Visit FloridaQuitline.com. Top of the ninth, the Rays have a 5-1 lead. Dan Wheeler, the new Rays pitcher, their third of the night, making his 22nd appearance. Alex Rios, the hitter. And the first pitch, a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Good matchup numbers right there. That's Joe Madden knowing that. 1 for 7 with 2 strikeouts against Dan.
And there's a popper on the right side. Coming in is Zobrist, short right field. And that's out number 1. Krasinski still at first after opening with that looping base hit to center. Hitter's going to be Paul Konerko. Konerko 0 for 3 in this game. It's the 2 for 9 matchup with a home run that came up in Chicago. Konerko was getting red hot.
Oh, he was, wasn't he? He's always a danger.
Pitch away.
Well, it's nice to have a 4-run cushion right here with him up there. With
that's absolutely true. I'm telling you.
Man at first.
He just missed hitting one in the 7th inning when Neiman had him out in front on a pitch, and thank goodness he did. That's a strike on the outside edge. Wheeler stays away from him.
You know, Paul is kind of an amazing story because the Dodgers, he came up to the Dodgers system, and it was a choice of trading Paul Konerko or keeping Eric Karros. Eric signed a 4-year extension, the last 4 years of his career, and they moved Paul on to Chicago. Eric's a great guy, but a lot of Dodger people are upset at that in the organization that they moved him.
Well,
they thought he would be what he has become.
Yeah, he's been. I tell you, he's been a great run producer for them, and he's done it with really a chronic recently, the last few years anyway. With that right thumb has been a problem for him, and he's for the most part played right through that.
Yes, he has. Tough guy. Good mistake hitter.
And he's out on strikes as Wheeler gets him with a breaking ball. Well, Konerko strikes out.
That's just a money pitch right here. A sweeping curveball right there. And that's what Dan has been doing. He's got the slider, but he's also got that pitch, that curveball. Gives you a different look with that depth to the hitter. Nice pitch.
So 2 gone, and now he faces the left-handed bat of Mark Kotsay. Kotsay's been hot coming into this game, 0 for 2 so far. And there's a strike. Fastball down and away to the left-handed hitter.
Kotsay struck out in the 4th on a pitch that he thought was wide, and on the replay it did look a little wide, so he's not happy with that. He didn't say anything this time. He just looked. He thought that was down.
And a pitch down and in.
You know, it's amazing, though, when an umpire is pretty consistent for both sides, that he's not the story. You know?
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Bill Miller has done a nice job. He's not the story tonight. I mean, nobody's complained. A couple here and there. It happens, but that's the way the game should be. He's right.
1-1. Kotsay lines to second, and that ends it. Brignac makes the catch, and the Rays are back on the winning side of the ledger. It's a 5-1 final here tonight. In the ninth, no runs ahead, the man left. Rays are winners, and we'll be back with the totals in a moment.